Welcome, my friend. Tonight, as the world outside grows quiet, I invite you to slow down and wander with me into the past. Imagine yourself walking through a city where time has slowed, where silence hides stories too heavy to tell in the daylight. Our journey begins in Kolkata, India, in the year 1860. The monsoon rains have ended, but the streets are not washed clean. Instead, stagnant pools of water linger in the gutters, carrying the stench of decay. Chitpur Road, once alive with traders and travelers, has become something closer to a graveyard. Against crumbling walls, men and women lie motionless. Some are breathing, some are not. You cannot tell which until you step close enough to smell the difference between the heavy fog of opium and the sour odor of death. This was not a natural disaster, nor an accident of fate. It was the result of a system carefully built by colonial greed. The East India Company had forced Bengal into growing cash crops for export while holding a monopoly on opium. By selling the drug in staggering quantities, both abroad and at home, they created a city that lived and died under its spell. But opium was not the only threat. In 1860, cholera swept through the city like fire through dry grass. Kolkata, crowded and unprepared, had no clean water, no sewage system, no refuge. And when thousands of addicts lay unconscious in the streets, too weak to move or seek help, they became fuel for the disease. Imagine the neighborhood of Burabazar that summer. Narrow lanes overflowing with people, markets bursting with noise by day, and by night, silence broken only by coughing and the rattle of sickness. Entire families vanished in a single week, bodies piled faster than they could be buried. The city itself seemed to sink under the weight of suffering. Doctors wrote of opium dens that looked like morgues, rooms lined with bodies so still that only the faintest breath separated life from death. And when cholera arrived at their door, those breaths stopped for good. This is how two crises, addiction and disease, merged into something far greater than either alone. Not a tragedy of nature, but a tragedy of design. A storm created by policies that drained a land of its wealth, its industries, and finally, its people. So tonight, as you drift into rest, remember this: history is not only written in battles and kings. Sometimes, it lies in the quiet streets where the forgotten suffered most.